Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm Mandy Nolan for Ashley King.
And I'm Pat Walker on this cold December 1st.
So cold.
Here are our headlines this morning. The Arkansas Department of Health expects a jump in testing after the Thanksgiving holiday. Next, what you can do to curb the demand.
And a man in Searcy is getting one of the same COVID-19 treatments as the president. Next, the difference it made in his recovery.
Plus, Arkansas restaurants are still taking a big hit because of the pandemic. Next, how one owner is trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, I didn't wear tights this morning, and I walked out of the house and immediately regretted that decision. I was
Pat's
ill.
Nice and warm and toasty over there. Look at you all bundled up.
Prepared.
Are you sure?
Tights, yeah.
You probably
You put your
have
pants
some
on, and so congrats.
fleece-lined leggings.
My
under
pants
those
pretty much are
socks.
tights though after Thanksgiving.
Guys, do you know how
I know.
do you know how cold it is outside right now?
No, how cold is it?
It is so cold
Hit us
that
with the stats.
New York City is warmer than
What?
majority of the nation this morning. Yes, New York City right now sitting at 52 degrees. Look at the rest of the continental United States, below 52. Yes, even Orlando, Florida, feeling the chill this morning at 46. The Panhandle of Florida in the 30s. Here in Arkansas, we have 20s and even teens showing up, and even further off towards the west, below 50 in California. So everyone's really feeling the chill this morning. But I'll tell you what, we do have a lot of sunshine in the forecast today with the wind from the southwest that is going to allow those temperatures to rise. We'll actually be topping out in the middle 50s today. It's a little bit warmer than yesterday. It's going to be a little bit warmer than it will be tomorrow. So take advantage of that sunshine and dry conditions because rain plus the potential for some wintry precipitation returns Wednesday into Thursday. We'll talk more about who will see what coming up in just a few minutes. Pat, Trap.
All right, why not, right? 7:02 is the time. Let's do that traffic. Brought to you by the Crane team. We'll start here on our Crane team traffic camera at I-30 and Baseline. Looking fine there. Oh, I hate it when this happens, but the little thing kind of shrinks back. We were trying to look at the I-30 in downtown Little Rock, but we'll just look at the map instead. It's looking all green there. All right, let's look at your safe speed zone today. We only have one report. We don't have the one from the Little Rock Police Department. We'll try to get that later today. But in Pulaski County, do watch your speed on Colonel Glenn Road.
Thanks, Pat. Governor Asa Hutchinson is holding a briefing today to go over new COVID-19 case numbers in Arkansas. Yesterday, we had another record high of hospitalizations. They were up 33 from Sunday, bringing the total in the state to 1,063. 200 of those patients are on ventilators, a number that also continues rising. 32 more people died, bringing the death toll to just over 2,500. There were just over 1,100 new cases reported on Monday. Climbing case numbers mean the demand for testing is increasing too. Medical experts are preparing for a rush to testing sites as the holidays approach. Hospitals like UAMS can attest testing there jumped in the days leading up to Thanksgiving, but between Thanksgiving and Christmas celebrations, the Arkansas Department of Health is expecting even more of a sharp increase in tests. Thanksgiving travelers may start to feel symptomatic within the next few days.
But I do know that there was a lot of travel, air and car travel, and that we might see an increase in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
To help curb the demand, the Arkansas Department of Health only recommends getting tested if you're symptomatic or if you've been exposed to a COVID-19 case.
Unity Health in Searcy is using a new antibody treatment for COVID-19. It's called monoclonal antibody treatment, and it's the same one President Trump used when he was diagnosed with COVID-19. The first dose was administered last week to Mark Frisbee. He says they put in an IV for the medicine, then monitored him for about an hour after it was done. Frisbee didn't notice much of a difference that day, but says the next day he felt much better.
As the day and the day after that, I just felt better and better, and until I, felt very normal and like I'm in the clear.
Well, to qualify for the treatment, you need to be over 65 or over 55 with comorbid conditions. Moderna is seeking emergency use from the FDA for its coronavirus vaccine candidate. The company says it's confident in its 94% efficacy of its vaccine. Out of its 30,000 patients in its experiment, 196 had confirmed cases of COVID-19. No significant safety concerns were reported, and the vaccine was generally safe and well tolerated. Novavax plans to begin phase 3 trials for its coronavirus vaccine in the coming weeks. According to Novavax, 2 of the 3 late-stage trials are fully enrolled, and more than 20,000 participants have been dosed. Those trials are taking place in the United Kingdom and in South Africa. Interim data is expected as early as the first quarter of next year. Maumelle Middle School has moved to virtual learning for this week. A spokesperson for the Pulaski County Special School District says an increasing number of staff and students had to be quarantined. She adds that actual positive cases are low, but administrators want all students and staff to remain healthy. You can call the school today if you want a 4-day meal box. That number right now is on your screen. In-class learning will resume Monday. Commencement for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is virtual this year. The ceremony, it will be Friday, December 18th at 6 p.m. on the university's YouTube channel and their Facebook pages. Gospel singer and pastor Smokey Norfolk will be the guest speaker. Their ceremony will honor spring and fall 2020 graduates.
Students at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville and Fort Smith are back in the classroom after Thanksgiving break. Some are online, others are in person, and the schools are working to make sure everyone stays safe. John Thomas with U of A in Fayetteville says students had the choice to go completely virtual with classes until winter break. At U of A Fort Smith, Dean of Students Dave Stevens says most students are already returning to class online after the Thanksgiving holiday.
Contracting the virus, and we did not want for that to necessarily find its way back to campus.
And those who are participating in face-to-face classes or face-to-face instruction at this time still maintain the flexibility to change their status at any point during the semester, to switch remotely if they choose to.
And Thomas say testing will still be encouraged on campus and students will still be required to distance themselves and wear masks. Arkansas restaurants have taken a beating this year and the effects of the pandemic are not likely to end soon. The Public Health Committee heard testimony from restaurant owners who say when eatery revenues dip, they dip for the state as well. Many restaurants are doing everything they can to stay afloat this holiday season.
We're taking some cuts today at one of the restaurants. And me being one of them also. And so there's things happening every day. And this is because of what's going on the last 2 weeks. And, you know, we're just trying to protect the employees more than anything.
Now, it's especially hard for them because with the colder temperatures, outdoor dining is something else restaurants will lose.
The pandemic. Museum of Discovery to cancel one of its Christmas events. The museum won't be hosting Science After Dark Jingle Boos this year. That's because of a rise in COVID cases and an anticipated increase after Thanksgiving. The museum decided it would be safer for staff and guests to call it off. You can get a refund if you bought a ticket to the event. The Arkansas Department of Commerce is asking people waiting on unemployment checks to have patience. The department says it is trying to catch up on its workload. So far this year, there have been more than 700,000 unemployment claims submitted. There were 61,000 claims filed in all of 2019. But those Arkansans waiting and calling want answers.
There's got to be single mothers and children out there that are doing without, like me, and they're help them, you know, help them. Help me so I can help somebody.
Secretary of Commerce Mike Preston says if you are struggling to get a hold of anyone as you file for unemployment, keep reaching out and understand that they're doing the best they can to get back with you.
Shipping deadlines for the holidays are soon. Next, when you need to have your packages mailed to get where they're going by Christmas.
And plus, the Hillcrest neighborhood in Little Rock honors a retiring mailman. What families say makes him so special coming up. And of course, we have Christian's forecast too when Good Day Arkansas returns.
Interstate Battery has a battery for your every need. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff is located at 2020 Landtrip Road, right off 67-167 in Sherwood. It all starts with an Interstate Battery.
Guys, breakfast! I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds. Why didn't you start with that?
Get a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles or sausage McMuffin with egg for only $2 each.
What Rainwater Holding Section provides for accident victims is results.
We represent real people, and we're trying to give real solutions to real problems.
What a client can expect when they hire Rainwater Holding Section is to be treated with respect.
I want them to focus on getting better, and I want our firm to handle everything else.
People need to feel like they receive justice.
It's our job to do everything we can to put them in the best situation possible.
Sometimes family is the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Where it's a taste of welcome.
Some stories are more than just a headline. They require more digging.
Why do we have to pay the millions of dollars in medical bills?
More questions.
The department keeps refusing to turn over their own personnel files.
Alerting you to scams.
Have you ever come across this before?
Unfortunately, I've seen it many times.
And finding truth behind the rumors.
As the posts spread, more departments are now involved.
When you need answers, Fox 16 investigates.
I'm Becky Whalen, welcoming you to Cecil's Fine Jewelry. We want to help our new friends as well as our old enjoy the holiday season. From tiny tokens of love to gorgeous sparkling diamonds, we've got it all. At Cecil's, we just love jewelry, and believe me, it shows. Come feel the love at Cecil's Fine Jewelry.
We wanna be your jeweler.
Happy holidays.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you, heart and soul. That little kiss you stole, held on my heart and soul.
Over time, things wear down. Tires, brakes, and headlight bulbs too. Sylvania's lighting experts know that if you wait until burnout, you'll lose up to 50 feet of visibility. That's from here to here in darkness. Switch to a new pair of Sylvania bulbs today and see better tonight.
Guys, breakfast! I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds. Why didn't you start with that?
Get a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles or sausage McMuffin with egg for only $2 each.
Help Arkansas declare victory over violence.
From the Arkansas Storm Team, weather to plan your day with meteorologist Kristen Kennedy.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. It is looking absolutely beautiful out there. The sun has come up in the past couple of minutes. We have a nice clear sky out there, but I'll tell you what, it certainly does not feel nice outside at all. Temperatures right now are down in the 20s at 24 in Little Rock. We do have a very calm wind, thankfully, so it's not feeling much colder, unlike yesterday when we had a 10-degree wind chill. But we don't need the wind chill. It's cold enough already here in the natural state. Down to 16 in Clinton, 19 now in Searcy, 25 in Pine Bluff. Arkadelphia sitting at 18 degrees. It's also 18 off towards the northwest in Fayetteville. We are feeling the chill all over the natural state this morning, and it's going to be a couple more hours before those temperatures start to really climb upwards. In fact, this morning, if you're headed out and about in the next couple of minutes, you may want to add a little bit of extra time to your morning routine, at least 5 to 10 extra minutes, because you're likely going to have to use your defroster on your car windshield to get some of the ice off. Or if you have a scraper, of course, it'll just take a minute or two to scrape it all off. But I myself, it took me about 5 to 10 minutes this morning to use my defroster and get all that ice to melt off. If you are waiting until the next few hours, of course, some of that ice will be melting on its own. We'll try to get these graphics to work here. Satellite and radar showing a mostly clear sky this morning. Really not much out there. High pressure building in down towards our south. That is going to lead to more of a south-southwesterly wind throughout the day today, which is great news for our temperatures because they'll finally be trending upwards out of the 40s, unlike yesterday, into the middle 50s. We'll top out right around 54 by 3 o'clock, and then as the sun sets this evening, under a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky, temperatures will be falling back into the 40s, and overnight tonight through tomorrow morning, we'll be headed towards the 30s. Likely freezing conditions again tomorrow, but not quite as cold as this morning, thanks to an area of low pressure bringing a warm front across the natural state. That is going to lead to a slightly warmer trend in temperatures somewhat today, but it's also going to bring in some moisture for your Wednesday. Cloud cover starts to build in across the western half of the state to start the day tomorrow. Towards the eastern half, we'll still likely see some sunshine and mostly dry conditions with rain building in off towards the west, pushing more so towards central and east Arkansas after dinner. So rain chances across west Arkansas will be the highest throughout the day tomorrow, eventually moving towards central and east Arkansas overnight into Thursday morning. With this, we're expecting mostly rainfall, but on the backside of the system, we will have some cooler air in place that could lead to some light snowfall across far north central and northwest Arkansas. Meanwhile, the rest of us getting rainfall anywhere from around 1 inch to 1.5 inches across the western third and southwest Arkansas, about a 1/2 inch of rain through central Arkansas, and a bit fewer across the east. Rain chances will be exiting the forecast after Thursday morning. In fact, we will be seeing some showers and the chance for rain later in the forecast as well. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Kristen. 75% of shoppers are already spending, and with the increase in online shopping, shippers are pressed to get gifts out on time. FedEx dubbed the holiday season Shipathon. Pat, I'm having a problem with my mic.
All right, we'll see. Well, FedEx dubbed it the season Shipathon, saying it's looking like a 22% increase this year.
It's going to be an unprecedented season. We are preparing for it, but it does not hurt to go ahead and get those packages shipped as soon as you can. It's something that the industry hasn't seen before, numbers like this, and get those packages in the network as soon as possible.
Sorry about that. Got my mic fixed. UPS has hired more than 100,000 seasonal employees, and DHL says the company has been at peak levels since June. Stores are also pushing shoppers to buy early and use services like curbside pickup to minimize the need for delivery. Here are holiday shipping deadlines to keep in mind for anything you want to get to where it's going by Christmas. December 15th is the last day for UPS Ground and FedEx Ground. December 18th for first-class mail with the post office. And those are your dates.
A Hillcrest mailman has made a huge impact in his neighborhood in Little Rock for 29 years. Yesterday, the community gathered to thank Moki Lowe for his service as he delivered letters and packages for the last time before retiring. Signs and banners lined the streets as families showed their appreciation. Neighbors say he is like a family member.
He knows our names, he knows our families, he knows our dogs, and we certainly are going to miss him.
It's just been wonderful. It just lets you know how much you've been appreciated doing your job. Sometimes you don't know if anybody notices, but today they really demonstrated that today.
He always hand delivers every piece of mail walking from house to house. In rain, sleet, or snow, of course.
They went all out with those decorations for
and
him.
the signs?
Oh, my goodness.
Drop some coin on that.
I mean, you must know how much of an impact you've made on the community when they do something like that for you. Good for him.
Sure.
Congratulations, Moki.
All right, well, coming up, the White House debuts its Christmas decorations. We'll tell you who it honors this year. Coming up when Good Day returns.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. You know, with fall weather, the rain and wind, those leaves just come falling down. And where do they land? Inside your gutters. That's why you need Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. The curved hood and exclusive big mouth work together to keep leaves out while handling up to 32 inches of rainfall an hour. LeafGuard has earned the Good Housekeeping seal 15 years in a row. And now LeafGuard of Arkansas is offering huge savings. It's our fall half-off sale. Receive half-off labor on a complete LeafGuard system. Ask about 18 months, no interest financing, plus a bonus $100 Visa gift card with purchase. And there's more. When you call during this program, receive a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Throughout Central Arkansas, call 1-800-678-5862. That's 1-800-678-5862.
I tried everything. I had the screens, I had the plastic inserts. There is nothing that's going to take care of it. All of them plug up. All of them have to be cleaned. And, this is the only system I've seen that moves water away from the house, and it takes care of itself.
More than 1 million satisfied customers have chosen LeafGuard. It's not a cover or screen that goes on top of your old gutters. LeafGuard is a completely new structural system backed with a clog-free guarantee and transferable lifetime warranty. Replace your old gutters before winter. Call LeafGuard of Arkansas now during our fall half-off sale. You'll save with half-off labor on a complete LeafGuard system. Ask about 18 months, no interest financing, and receive a bonus $100 Visa gift card with purchase. Plus, you'll get a nice gift when you call during this program for your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-678-5862, LeafGuard of Arkansas.
I am so excited about my new Fox comedy, Call Me Kat. The cast is all coming together, although Leslie Jordan seems to keep wandering off. And sometimes my character will speak privately to the audience, like this. And that's my back. Wrong camera.
Call Me Kat, series premiere January 3rd on Fox.
I'm Kevin Kelly.
And I'm Donna Terrell. Thanks for joining us. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Kevin.
The White House unveiled the 2020 White House Christmas decorations Monday. This year's theme is America the Beautiful, a tribute to the majesty and spirit of our nation. A Gold Star family tree honors our nation's heroes and their families in the East Wing. It has the names of fallen service members written on the ribbon adorning the tree. Holiday cards sent by past first families over the past 12 administration are also on display this year in the East Garden Room. Pat?
Tree. All right, 7:22 our time. Let's take a look at that traffic. We're going to go up here to Conway on I-40. Traffic there looking good. 30 westbound in North Little Rock really beginning to slow down here, or at least the volume dramatically picking up. I'm sure it's slowing down as we get down there closer to the river. So be mindful of that. That north interchange looks like I-30 in North Little Rock is going to be busy this morning. No signs of it slowing down just yet, but that's probably coming. Also coming off of 30 east onto 430 northbound because you have to get off there and get onto the ramp. Probably going to be a little slow there at that interchange too this morning. That's your traffic check. Now let's go to Kristen with our forecast.
Thanks, Pat. Thankfully, not too much traffic out there, but that doesn't mean your commute and or your morning routine is going to be impacted because we will be seeing some frost on your cars as well as very cold conditions this morning, 20s and teens. Make sure you crank the heat in your car, bundle up, lots of layers. Good news is by this afternoon, you might be able to shed maybe just one layer. Temperatures will be expected to reach the middle 50s today under a mostly sunny sky with a wind from the south-southwest around 5-10 miles per hour. Tonight through tomorrow morning, it's still going to be quite chilly. Temperatures down near freezing to start your Wednesday. Clouds building back in. We do have rain in the forecast for Wednesday and a chance for some winter weather heading into Thursday, which we're going to talk more about coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, as we approach the end of 2020, yay! 2 dictionary companies are revealing their picks for word of the year. Both Merriam-Webster and Dictionary.com declaring pandemic the official word of 2020. They say search terms involving the word pandemic increased by more than 1,000% throughout the year. Other popular search words and phrases include aerosols, contact tracing, social distancing, and herd immunity.
I think social distancing is a term that they came up with just for the pandemic. I don't think that existed before this.
I don't like it, the word, though.
Social distancing, the
term. It can still be social, but, you know.
Gosh, it seems like it's become such a common term.
Yeah, social distancing.
How about we just call it back up and back off?
Yeah, there you go. I like
back.
That's the real 2020 way. If 2020 could speak, that's what 2020
I
would
just
say.
wish I could get like a giant, a life-size cutout of like Carmen or Hillary and carry it around with me and tell people they need to stay this far back.
Oh, and then just like
That's 6
make
feet.
it horizontally. There you go. Well, check this out. The British culture minister wants to make sure everyone is on the same page. The Crown is fiction. Oliver Dowden, the UK's Secretary of State for Culture, tells a British newspaper he believes Netflix should add a warning explaining that each episode is a work of fiction. The Crown focuses on the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and I personally, you know what, didn't even know it was fiction. I thought it was based on truth.
I think the first couple seasons were, but the last one, they really went off there.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your fresh favorites from Kroger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
My experience at UA Little Rock has been life-changing.
It's all about the research.
It's an awesome experience to get to do what you love.
It really broadens students' perspectives and helps get them outside of what the traditional college experience is like.
The research work that we do here is important. It touches many aspects of our lives.
The research that I'm doing at UA Little Rock is to solve problems that we have in our community.
An opportunity that a lot of people don't get in undergrad, and that's really awesome for me.
You're smart, and you want a Medicare plan you can understand. Start by giving us a call at 1-844-528-7472 to get a free information guide and learn how Allwell from Arkansas Health and Wellness may fit you and your life best. Allwell Medicare Advantage is Medicare Parts A and B, plus Part D prescription drug coverage, and extra benefits original Medicare doesn't cover. All for no monthly plan premium, no medical deductible, and no primary care doctor copay. And that keeps more of your money in your own pocket. Call today to find out more. With Allwell, you can say hello to the extra benefits you need to take care of yourself, like a Part B rebate, dental, vision, hearing, and more. And say goodbye to costly copays on primary care doctor visits and prescription drugs. Best of all, Allwell is a local plan. We're right here in your neighborhood to help make sure you get all the Medicare coverage you deserve in one convenient, affordable plan. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends soon, so call and request your free information today at 1-844-528-7472. That's toll free, 1-844-528-7472 to find out more about Allwell Medicare Advantage plans from Arkansas Health and Wellness.
When it comes to the economic health of our communities, small businesses are a big deal. Steel is a big-time supporter of small businesses, with over 9,000 independent steel dealers in cities, towns, and communities all across America. It's about personal service, building relationships, and doing business with people you trust. You can count on your local steel dealer to be there for you in person and online. When you support small businesses, the whole community gets stronger together.
This holiday season, use the Kroger app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. So you can save big on exactly what you want, no matter who you are. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Kevin Kelly.
Live from your breaking news leader, the Fox 16 Good Day Arkansas starts now.
A couple of COVID vaccines are right on the cusp of FDA approval. So who's going to get them first? I'm Doug Luzader in Washington. We'll have more on that debate just ahead.
The president-elect is set to announce picks for his economic team. Next, how at least two of them would be making history.
Scary moments. Our video shows a customer unhappy with her service, what the restaurant manager was thinking as she physically fought off the customer.
But before we get to all of that,
guys, it is so cold outside. I'm looking at this temperature map and I'm just like,
what is it like outside in Little Rock right now?
It is like if you shrunk yourself down in size.
Can't wait to see where this is going.
And someone picked you up and placed you into your freezer and you just lived there for a few minutes.
Or you can just step outside.
You can just step outside. You asked me what it was like. I was trying to find out.
No, that was the best analogy.
Who would stuff another person into a freezer?
Well, I don't know if you've watched
Kristen
some
Kennedy,
of these crime
right?
shows, but there are people. It is a frigid start here in the natural state. We have temperatures in the 20s, 24 now in Little Rock. It's even colder in some other locations here in Arkansas with teens, and we'll go a little bit further into those local temperatures in just a couple of minutes. But look, we're not the only ones feeling that way. It is very cold all across the Mid-South and Southeast. In fact, the whole nation really feeling the chill this morning, except for New York. They're still in the 50s. Wow, it must be nice to feel that warmth, huh? We do have 50s in our forecast today, so thankfully that is a bit of a warm-up coming our way. If you have outdoor holiday decorating, unlike yesterday, you can still get some done today. I would wait until the afternoon hours as temperatures will be rising. Winds have dropped in speed. They'll be coming from the south-southwest at around 5 to 10. It is still going to be quite chilly, though, so make sure you bundle up if you are going to be outside doing anything at all today. Today, however, one of the warmer days of the week, we have a drop in temperatures coming as we head into Wednesday and Thursday with rain and possibly the chance of snow for some people in Arkansas. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. Pat?
All right, thanks, Kristen. 7:30 is the time. Let's take a look at that traffic brought to you by the Crane team. We'll start again in Conway. Looking fine on I-40 in Conway. 30 westbound keeps getting busier and busier and busier, and it's, of course, going to start slowing down this morning. We already are seeing some of that yellow showing up on 30 westbound this morning, so let's take a little closer look, and we can see the 45-mile-per-hour speed, so it may even drop down to 20 before the morning's all done. Also, a little slow spot here on the ramp coming off of 30 east on the southwest side of town to get on a 430 northbound. That's just kind of volume concerns, and also just a little slow traffic coming up there toward 430, or coming up toward 430 on 30 up out of Saline County. Just a little stop and go. That's your traffic check. Now, let's get into the news.
Thanks, Pat. The first doses of an approved COVID vaccine could be just weeks away, but who will get it first? A special advisory committee at the Centers for Disease Control is expected to vote on that later today. Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader has more from Washington this morning on what groups could be first in line.
Well, we don't yet have emergency FDA approval